Welcome back. First official video of the year for YouTube. The sun is in my eyes and I'm ready and raring to go. Well, I was, but there's a problem. So I was going to come over today. I came over yesterday, picked up a few bits and filmed a few videos for the other channel, with the TT channel, which I don't want to mention here, and all was good. So I come over today, thought let's try and get a little bit more done, try and tidy up a little bit, and there's a problem. It's very cold today, and the thing that everyone said would happen, but when I got it, the guy assured me, oh no, it's never been a problem, had these for years, never been a problem. But we have got condensation, which, as you can imagine, with all these books, is not a good thing. This is the coldest it's been since I've taken this over, I think. So yeah, it kind of makes sense, but it's frustrating because I've got a lot of books which are covered. So you'll see I've put bits of shelving which I wasn't using over the top to sort of cover some bits off and to see if it can just catch some water. What I might go and do is, I've got a Tesco's quite close, so I might nip over there and grab some bits of cardboard or something and throw that over the top to hopefully absorb some of the water and get some more. I've got some of these tiny little dehumidifiers, which this one doesn't really, it's kind of like the top's solidified but hasn't dripped through, but I might get some more of those to see if that can maybe take some of the liquid. Yes, very frustrating. I was very tempted to get a second one of these. I did a video recently over on my TT channel where I basically said to the guy, have you got another one available? And he said he's actually got two next to each other which are available up the top. So I was thinking about getting a second one to then move some of this over, some of the unlisted stuff, keep one as a listed, one as an unlisted, and move it over. But obviously this kind of puts a dampener on things, for want of a better term, because I don't want all my stuff getting wet. I'm undecided. There's probably ways of dealing with it, and it's not that often it happens. First time I've had it, and I've had this getting on a year, so I think I got it in February last year. In terms of that, I suppose it's not terrible, but it's not ideal. But anyway, I think that's a problem for another day. I will think about whether or not to get a second one or not. So what my thinking was as well, I can move everything over, sort it all out, have it in two things, and then get some bigger items to bigger items to put into the other unit, and use it for more furniture items, because I think furniture is a good way forward. I see a lot of people on different channels and different places selling furniture and picking it up for free and selling it on, and I think it's a good way to get it recycled and get furniture back into use, basically, which is what I would love to do with absolutely everything that I find. I just don't have the time or the space or the energy to do all of that. But anyway, let's try not to focus on that for now. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm not sure if I've said that already, if I just went straight into a rant, so apologies. Hope you're all well, hope you had a nice festive season, hope you're having a nice new year so far. So we're a few days in. Have you got lots of plans? I've got lots of plans, concepts of plans. Apparently that's the way forward these days. So I've had a bit of a shift around a little bit from what I can do, but I will need to sort things out a bit more. So this is sort of part of my plan so far. So this was over there somewhere, which was just holding books. So this, I've started putting some bits from Vinted on here. So my plan is to try and do them a bit more alphabetically to make it a bit easier. So I've got B's to C's, but then it jumps to G's and H's in a minute. But that's sort of just a few I found. So I'm gonna start working through filling that up. I think I've put DVDs on the top currently. Again, it's all Vinted, so it's not real. It's not like high value stuff or anything like that. So it's just all like £1 or whatever. just to try and clear it out. You can see a lot of Christmas ones which didn't sell. I think I sold 2 Christmas DVDs on Vinted, which sold for very low money. But I'm going to put DVDs up there and some other bits, which doesn't matter if they get too wet, and then the books can go on there to hopefully make sure they don't get too wet because they'll be covered. So that's the start of a plan. It's not much of a plan so far, but it's something. So I've got some like toys and things like that, which I've just listed on Vinted, because it wasn't really worth me listing it on eBay. So I've put that up there and some other bits as well. I'm still undecided about Vinted Pro. I can't, again, pardon the pun, I can't see any pros of being on Vinted Pro, apart from the fact it feels more legitimate to say that I've got a Vinted Pro account because I'm a professional reseller. But that's the only real upside I can see, and I can point people towards it because, you know, they won't report me. But I don't. Apart from that, there's still a 2-week wait which you got to hold on to until you receive the payment for stuff, and there's a whole invoice thing which I don't really know much about. If you've apparently got to include an invoice with payment with items that you send out, but I don't know how you would do that, or how that was actually working for people, and I've not heard. So it was going to require more looking into, I think, and then we'll see if it's worth going full Vinted. It's very bright, so apologies if you're in a glare. I'm trying to move around so it's not so bad for you. So my sales over Christmas and New Year have really dipped off. The last week or so have been pretty terrible. Christmas Day was not too bad at all. I had quite a few sales, as I kind of expected. Christmas Day is generally quite a good day for sales, but after that it's just dropped off a cliff pretty much. The odd sale here and there. So I'm trying to get back into it now and get listing. I've listed, last couple of days I've ended and relisted or sell similar for 10 items a day, and then I've got loads of bits pictured this morning which I'm going to get listed. I've listed a couple already and going to get some more done. Got to start filling these shelves up again, which I've got a lot of stuff which the stuff I've pictured, I'll put that on the shelves, and I've got so much stuff to obviously get through all of this, and hopefully it won't get too wet in the meantime. Where I am, there's no real decent car boots which don't start until around April, depending on the weather. It might even be later than that, but we have to see. So I'm not too fussed about that. I've got I'm not really thinking about that and picking up more stock yet, but I'll still be going to charity shops and picking up some bits. I picked up some books in a charity shop the other day which I still need to get listed, and I've got a load of stuff that I want to get listed to Vinted as well, which is like £1 here, £2 there, just little ones I've picked up that I think will just hopefully have a snowball effect on some of my other listings. Also still got my tax return to do, which my plan was this week to get on with it, but I haven't. I've been distracted doing other stuff because that's what I do. I distract myself doing stuff like videos or stuff like coming over here and not really doing much, or as much as I would like to do. I'm going to try and make a start on it this afternoon, get at least some bits sorted out for it, because my whole head is a jumble with it. I'm not very organised with it, as you may imagine, because I've never been the most organised guy ever. Every year I plan to be more organised, and this year is no different. That is part of my plan to be more organised. I've got myself a diary, day-to-day diary, which I actually looked at the other day, but I was going to write something in it and then thought, oh no, I'll write that in later. I didn't write it in later. So that is something I want to try and keep on top of, and try and get that kept up to date, so I can have more of an idea of what I'm doing and what I need to get done. So some of my plans for last year were to create a website, which I've not done, to do Vinted Pro, which I've not done, but that's mainly because I don't really like Vinted Pro at the minute, to clear a load of this stock which has been sitting here for the well, best part of a year, most of it. So I need to try and sort through a load more of that. I did pick up a load of books, so I had to keep reminding myself that I did get a load of books from Lynn, which I have mentioned on numerous occasions, and I'm still sorting through those and trying to sort them into bundles. I've sold a lot of them, but there are a lot that are still sitting here. So nowhere near as many as I've picked up here, but I've filled my car on many occasions from those books. So I really need to sort of stop buying and get stuff listed. But I'm also kind of waiting to see what eBay do, if eBay do anything with the fees, like with the clothing. So I'm not sure if I want to list clothing on eBay at the minute, because I don't know if it's really worth it, because the fees have gone up. I get whether the fees are on there again, so I have to pay fees on listing clothing. So I'm tempted maybe to list them on Vinted and see how they do, but then you generally get a better price on eBay. So yeah, lots of things to consider. And considering I don't really think of myself as a clothes seller, I've got all of these boxes, which are all got clothes. A lot of it I've got shoes in as well, so boots and all that kind of thing, but there's also a lot of clothing. So yeah, clothing is good because you can get good money for it, and they're quick and easy to get posted out, but they can sit around for a long time, and then obviously you can get a lot of returns with it as well. Well, the books, they sit around for a while, but once they've sold, they're generally sold. And I've had I think I had like 2 returns maybe last year, maybe 1 or 2 returns for books, and that was just because they ordered either the wrong thing, or they already had them and didn't realise. So yeah, books in that respect are a lot easier. I think I might pop to Tesco's now and see if I can get some of those dehumidifier things, and some cardboard, and just sort of cover a few things over, because I've got a lot of books like here which are uncovered, and I can just maybe lay a layer across the top of there, and hopefully that might help. Right, I'm back with supplies. I got cardboard, small bits of cardboard there, which I'm just going to lay on top of stuff. Got some of these, 8 of those, some kitchen towel, a little hand towel in case I need it, and a little mop thing, which you can't see because of the light. A 3-action mop. I thought I could just mop the ceiling down and hopefully get rid of the majority of it. It's a little kind of hand-sized one, so perfect. So let's crack on and see if I can improve this. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's just, yeah, it's not great. I've opened both doors to hopefully get some of the moisture out. This is not what I wanted to do this video about, but here we are. This is the realities of reselling. There's always something that comes up that you got to deal with. Not just reselling, this is the realities of life and having your own business. It's yeah, it's all fun. That took a lot longer than I thought. Quite sore on the arms as well. I might go another once over in a minute as well, just to get the rest of it off. It's quite difficult to get it all, obviously, but it's something anyway. At least it takes most of the moisture away. Hopefully the door's open for a bit. Some of that might go out, and I put some of those things in and see how it is. The cold weather's not supposed to last too long. I think it might be getting cold again next week, so but yeah, I think it's going to heat up again with the rain over the next few days. So yeah, I'll come over next week and see how it is probably. Right, it looks a little bit better. Dried it all off, given it a couple of mops over. I've put cardboard in various places across here to protect things. Oh, that bit's fallen down. Big start. I caught that with the mop, I think. So those, that's about all I can do, I think, for now. I've put some more of these around. Not there. I've sort of dotted them around. So I've got 8 of those in here. Now I just want to go home, I think. So that was an unexpected surprise today. I just didn't even cross my mind that might be an issue today, but it should have done. But never mind. We live and learn. Doesn't look like, as far as I can tell, anything's too damaged. A few bits have got drips on, but yeah, it doesn't look anything major, so that's the good thing. And hopefully with the summer coming up, it will be fine. Got a few months to get through first, but we'll see how that goes. I hope you enjoyed me running around and mopping ceilings and general stuff. Apparently this is what we do as resellers. But stay tuned. If you're new here, please drop me a follow, a subscribe, or whatever you want to call it. See how I get on in the new year, if I do any of the things that I hope to do. We'll see, but fingers crossed I will push on and do a bit better this year. Last year was good, but I just want to push it and see how far I can go with it, and see how many books I can get back into use, how many other items I can try and recycle, how much of this I can get through. Ideally all of it, but I don't know where to start with it, so yeah, we'll see. But thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you, bye bye. Knock knock. Who's there? Abby. Abby who? Abby New Year. These jokes are getting worse.